What is up, Borough fans, and welcome to the match preview of Middlesbrough versus Derby County, which will be hosted at Pride Park Stadium, Derby's ground. This is going to be a very tough start to 2019, especially with the way Derby played in their last game against Norwich City, who I don't think many people expected to lose in the way they did, just because of the way they've been getting the added time bonuses every game, and they've been doing the goals in the 98th minute. But this time it was Derby who got the 98th minute winner and put Norwich to bed. So let's go through Derby. As everyone knows, manager is Frank Lampard, quality player back in his day. So he knows his attacking options, he knows how to find the goal basically, so he'll be working that behind closed doors on how to get his players scoring the way he did for Chelsea. So I've got a few danger men that I've found. There's probably more in the team, but these ones are the ones that you hear about most of the time. So first up is Mason Mount. This lad has got some great technique. He's a quality player, a very good young British player, and he's going to be picked up by Premier League big boys probably in the next year or so if Derby don't get promoted. His technique at taking free kicks is out of this world. He is absolutely phenomenal, and even if it's not a free kick, the way he can just strike a ball is really good. Next up on the danger list is Wilson, another lad who is a very young British talent and can score some absolute worldies. We've seen most of them recently, and probably one of the best I've seen him score of 2018 was the one against United in the Cup, where he hit that free kick. As soon as he stepped up, I literally said to my family, this is going to go in, and it did. Enough. It didn't even touch the sides of the goal, it just went straight into the top corner, and it was an absolute belter. Next up is an ex-Borough player, very liked at the club when he was there, and that's David Nugent. We all know what he is capable of doing. He is a goal poacher at best. He's not the fastest of players, but if you give him time in the box, he's going to punish you. Simple as that. And that's probably the same with Martin Waghorn, who is an old target of ours and chose Derby over us. You know, that's fair enough. But another one you don't give time on the ball because he will punish you. He did it for Ipswich, and he's done it the odd time for Derby. Going into some stats that I've found, reverse fixture between Derby and Borough this season was a 1-1 draw, but both teams haven't drawn in the same season since 1903 and 04 in the top flight division. So that's a good stat, that there's not a draw every time we've played each other. There's always someone winning and losing. Derby's last win on New Year's Day came in 2013, and that was against Middlesbrough. And they've drawn one and lost one since then. It's typical that we're playing a team that has beaten us on a New Year's Day, and that's probably one of the things where people look at it and say, well, you've put it on us now. Not the case, because you don't know how teams are going to react on the first day of the new season in 2019. It's one of them. They've probably been playing well up till now, and then when it gets New Year's Day, that's when it's like a new vibe to get into. It's something they've got to prepare for. It's not the greatest stat to look on, considering we were the last time they won one, but hopefully we're going to change that, and it's going to be a Borough win. another good stat that I found is that Tony Pulis has won each of his last 3 visits to Pride Park. That is something that we should be focusing on, basically, because he's won his last visits there in all competitions. He last lost there in February 2006 against Plymouth Argyle, who he last managed, and they lost 1-0 there at Pride Park. So it's a very good stat to look on, especially as a Borough fan. As I said before, Derby haven't drawn 3 consecutive home league matches since December 2005. It's a very good stat for them. We have won 6 of our last 9 away matches in January in all competitions, where we've drawn 2, losing 1, and then we've just conceded 3 of the goals across all those matches. 3 goals across all those matches. That is probably when Borough were at their best, and that's when we had our playoff team, I'd say, back when Karanka was there, and we've played good football. Now getting into the teams again, focusing on the players here. Now, Borough defender Shotton is definitely going to be wanting to get into the squad for tomorrow's match. It's his old club, and he's missed the last 2 games recently due to knee injury. On that basis, I felt like he was rushed back a bit too quickly. You could tell at Reading he was struggling, and it wasn't the best of places for him there. So when he did his knee in again, it's just like, is he ready now? Yes, he might have had the rest and getting in the training, but is he really fully fit to face a very fast-paced Derby side? Also, another 3 of our players, and the likes of Clayton, McNair and Britta Sombalonga, are all going to be wanting to get into the squad. They've all been dropped recently for the likes of Wing, Tav and Saville, and Hugill has been taking over Britt's place. Hugill will most probably start on Tuesday, just because of him scoring at the weekend. Whether Tony Pulis plays 2 at the front, we don't know. That is something that we'd like to go for against a very fast-paced Derby side, just to cause them problems, because with 1 at the front, we've seen it's not working. So hopefully he changes something up in 2019. We've also got Rudiger Stead, who is on the sidelines due to a hamstring problem. Do we want him in the squad for Tuesday? Probably not. The only thing he's probably the best at is for when we've got corners, for the height. He can get his head in there and help us get a goal. But other than that, I don't think he's really going to bring much to the squad. So I wouldn't bring him along. And most of all, are we going to see our new signing, Ravi Van La Parra, get a sniff tomorrow? Watched his interview. He said he loves to be one-on-one with players and keepers, and he likes to get in the box and show the fans some good football. So hopefully he gets to put on a shirt and play against Derby tomorrow. Whether he'll be in the starting lineup or he'll come on from the bench, we don't know. I'd like to see him come off the bench at first, just so you're not dropping the likes of Wing and Tav, just because of how they've played recently. So let's look at the form of both teams. So Derby, last 6 championship games, they have won, and they've lost, drawn, and then won and won. That's a good record, very good record. Better than ours by a mile, because our last 5 championship games have resulted in a draw, loss, win, loss, win. And going in tomorrow, you know, both teams are on the same points at the moment. We are 5th, they are 6th. We have a better goal difference on them by 4. So is this going to be one of those games where it's going to be a goal fest? I don't know, because, you know, coming off that on the Ipswich victory, we'd be looking to probably sit back in this one. You know, it's bound to happen where we're going to just sit back and defend and then hopefully scrape a 1-0 victory. If we can go to Derby and win, it'd be a massive boost for us, fans and the team and Pulis basically. You'd probably still have haters, but it'd be a massive boost to put a statement down against a very good team who are probably going to be in the playoffs at the end of the season. Simple as that. They've got a good squad. I don't see why Derby wouldn't be in the top 6 at least. So prediction time, this is the one. I predicted 3-0 against Ipswich. I was one off. But going off this one, now Derby have won 4-3 recently. We've won 2-0. I think it's going to be an attacking game. Whether it's going to be full of goals, I don't think it will. I'm going to go Borough 2, Derby 1. Goal scorers. I feel we will go 1-0 down. Probably down to a Mason Mount goal or a Waghorn goal. One of them. I feel like we'll go in 1-0 down, and then second half we'll come out of the blocks. And goal scorers. Now this is the one. Our strikers do and don't know how to find the net, so it's one of them. Depending on who starts, I'm going to go for a Brick goal. If he can get that, I think his confidence is going to go through the roof. And I'm going to go for a Tavernier goal. I feel like he's going to get the winner. And then we'll probably sit back and defend for our lives until the full-time whistle. But yeah, I'm going Borough 2-1. And if you've got a different prediction, put it down in the comments below. Make sure you like, share and subscribe if you haven't already. And I wish each and every one of you a very happy new year. I hope you have a great 2019. And if you are travelling down to Derby tomorrow, have a very safe journey, and I will see you there. Up the Borough.